Well, you may have heard of exchange programs around the world, but in the heart of Baringo County, a one-of-a-kind exchange program has seen members of two communities interact with each other for the first time in over 2 decades. In a sequence of firsts, the community are also using a road which they abandoned years ago due to the perennial conflict in a bid to visit each other and break bread. They believe that this unorthodox approach will bring an end to the conflict that has marred the region for decades. Let's get more from this report that was co-produced by NTV's Ken Ruto and Gina Kirori.
This is not your ordinary march. Few have dared to walk this path quite literally for the past couple of years. This group is on a mission to change that here in Baringo County. For the first time in nearly 25 years, members of the Pokot and Ilchamus communities have come together to walk this path as part of an exchange program the community has engineered to solve their differences.
Kutoka 205, hakuna mtu nakuja pita barabara hii. Ukitaka kuja pita barabara hii, tunatumia gari ya jishu, ama ni askari, ama ni watu tu ya serikali. Hakuna mtu ambaye anaweza kutembea kwa mguu.
Hii barabara inaunganisha jamii ya Ilchamus, Tugen na Wapokot. Lakini kwa muda mrefu sana, kwa muda ya miaka karibu 25, hii barabara haijatumika kwa sababu ya hofu ya wajambazi ya kutoka jamii mbalimbali.
To paint a picture of just what this means to the two communities would need to go back in time to 2017 when residents from Mukutani area fled over the rampant insecurity to go live in temporary camps. The lawlessness so evident that armed bandits even shot at the convoy of police officers, ferrying children and adults to safety. In 2023, the children who walk this journey are the most important element, as they are the driving force of the exchange program between the Pokot and Ilchamus communities. In the first instance, children from the Ilchamus community made the journey to Pokot land, where they were hosted by parents and made friends with the children there. In this instance, children from the Pokot community are making the journey to the Ilchamus community for the first time in over 2 decades. For some, their disability is no obstacle as they push forward for a distance of over 40 kilometers.
Tuko na watu 120 na watoto karibu 70, watu wazima karibu 50. Mapasta, wamama, warani pia tuko pamoja na wao, tunatembea na wao, tukiongozwa na watoto ambao tayari ni marafiki.
Watoto sasa wamekuwa intact kabisa kutoka Pokot, mtoto wa Pokot na yule wa Ilchamus wamekuwa moja kabisa na wame-improve kabisa hiyo connectivity between the Pokot children and the Ilchamus.
For Maria Kiriambo, the significance of this walk is dear to her. In 2017, her sister-in-law died alongside 11 others at Mukutani area due to the raging conflict. She takes us to the mass grave where all the victims were buried.
Mimi naona hiyo kitu, mimi naona kabisa amechangia amani mzuri, na tunaona maelekeo ya amani ni mzuri, na mimi naona tutapata amani kwa kupitia hii watoto.
After covering a distance of about 24 kilometers, the group settles in for the evening at Mukutani area before they prepare to walk the remaining 14 kilometers to Kiserian area the next morning. The next day, the journey to complete the remaining 14 kilometers commences. For many, the motivation of what happened to them years ago as a result of the conflict is enough to put an end to it through their own contribution. Take Titus Tepitep, for instance, now a primary school teacher. Years ago in 2005, when he was sitting for his KCPE, violence destabilized his education and sense of normalcy, changing the course of his life forever.
Rafiki zetu tunachukua simu tunapigia marafiki zetu, tumeona suspicious people likely coming to that place. If possible, sasa wamekuwa alert, security wanakuwa alert, everybody becomes alert.
Finally, the group reaches Kiserian area where they are warmly received. A feast is about to go down to usher in the group of over 100 who will call this area home for the next few days. Members from the Ilchamus and Pokot community sit down together to break bread and the tension that has lasted between them for years. For many, it will be the start of new friendships. The area chief says that the intermingling of children from the two communities is just the beginning, and they intend to initiate an exchange program between adults next. Take
mimi kama chief nataka hawa wakae pamoja kama vile zamani walikuwa nakaa, wakuwe pamoja. Kama mtu anatembea safari yake asiulizwe anaenda wapi, asiwe na upinzani mali popote. Kuna manyimbo ambayo tunaimba, kuna singine ambayo inasifu maneno ya amani. Kama mko na amani tunaimba ili tunafanya kujumuika pamoja, watu wana associate kuwa pamoja kwa manyimbo ile ya Pokot ama ya Ilchamus.
At the end of the exchange program, the various families also exchange gifts, including goats, in a bid to foster peaceful ties with each other. They also believe that an atmosphere of peace will allow their children to study uninterrupted in future. Drivers of the initiative, titled the Children in Peace Initiative, say that this will be a gateway to bringing up a generation that embraces each other. Gina Kirori, NTV.